Alright, so I just got back from a local today. There was a good amount of people there. Luckily, there actually wasn't a whole lot of a Shizu 2 element, but I still managed to get second place there with Dinomorphia, as I like to call it sometimes. So the deck performed pretty well today. Funny enough, the last round I lost to was Heroes, and it was by like the skin of my teeth. It was so close. It was that close, like super close. So let's just get into the deck profile there. So, of course, for staple monsters, it's like you have to play 3 Therizia. It's a crazy card. It's like the best card. If you have this opening hand, you're probably set. Then you're going to be playing triple Diplos. Less good to if that's your only normal summon for the turn, but it's not the worst in the world. And you do have to play them at 3 because it's materials for your fusions. We are playing triple copy of Lord of the Heavenly Prison. This card's crazy. It protects your back row. Then activate it, special it, set any spell or trap from your deck. It's insane. And then for the final monster I'm playing in the main deck is I'm playing Misk. I don't see many builds playing Misk, and I don't know why, because this card is absurdly broken. You can bait them to stop your Misk, and then it prevents them from being able to negate like your Rexsturm or something like that. And especially as like a going second card, you could just use this for, like round 1, or if you're going into like or if you're going into turn 3, this lets you special either one of these guys most of the time. So that's going to be it for the main monsters. As for the spell cards, of course you're going to be playing triple Fossil Dig. I've seen people play this at 1, and I ask why. Why would you ever want to play this at 1? You always want to have access to Therizia. And another card I'm playing is Pot of Duality, because you're never special summoning much on your own turn. Mind you, I did just mention you can play Misk, and that specials on your own turn. But I just feel like this gets you all the traps you need. This thins out your deck. It gets you what you need to do. It just feels like a very solid consistency card, and hasn't felt like it's hindered me yet. So I'll continue to play it. Those are the only spell cards we play. Now for the interesting stuff, the trap cards. Of course, you're going to be playing triple Dinomorphia Frenzy. Best card in the deck. Just do whatever you want, summon what you want. And of course, all the Dinomorphia cards have a second effect in Grave. Next, we're playing triple Domain. I've seen a lot of builds where people aren't playing this at 3, and I still wonder why. Because you might not always have access to Frenzy, so you do want some way to get Rexsturm, and this does technically get you to it. Mind you, it's less good because you have to get rid of your Kinshadrina on field, but it's still insanely good, I think. Triple Solemn Strike. Just say no to your opponent. See, I was always thinking that these should be judgments, but in testing, this does better than Judgment. This does more for me than Judgment. The only problem is that it's less flexible because you have to play that you have to pay that 1,500 cost instead of just half like Judgment. So that's the only downside to it. But this card is done. Oh my god, it's incredible. But if you easily wanted to, you could probably change these out for Judgments. I'm playing triple Ferret Flames. It's essentially you're just shuffling their whole board. It's an insane card. And to search those, you can get any one of these traps here via Trap Trick. That card is also insane. I am also playing triple Compulse. These were originally Torrential Tributes, but one of my friends was mentioning that, well, you don't really want to be blowing up boards in the current meta because they'll just be getting them advantage. Well, this doesn't often ever generate advantage for them, so I'm playing Compulse, and it's searchable from Trap Trick. And the only hand trap I'm playing in the deck is triple Imperm because it is a trap card. I've searched it with Trap Trick. It's kind of funny. It's just really nice there. And then the final traps I'm playing in the deck, one Dinomorphia Sonic, 1 Dinomorphia Alert, and 1 Dinomorphia Brute. I've debated bumping Sonic up 1 to playing 2 in the deck. Because it's the one that protects from can protect from a battle. Its second effect from Grave. And just having always access to Kentrigina just being a counter trap to say no is really nice there. So that's really nice there. So that's it for the main deck. Now let's take a look at the extra deck. It's going to be mostly standard stuff you'd expect from Dinomorphia. So of course we're playing triple Dinomorphia Rexterm. This is the card that makes the deck function. This is the best card in the deck, like hands down. This is the only card that makes this deck actually playable. Then you're playing, of course, triple Kentrigina. It's insane. Just become any trap you need at the time. And then, of course, your less good card, but you still have to play at triple copies. Is Stealthbergia. It's just a material that you use for the fusion traps. On rare occasions, its burn effect can help you out, but it's nothing that's spectacular. But it does what it needs to. And then you have some Xyz monsters, Lagia, Dolka, Dweller, Baguska. These are just your level 4s you can make. Nothing special about them. One kind of unique card I was playing is a Constellar, because on some chances you are going to be getting this guy and this guy on the field. So on rare circumstances you can overlay and get your Constellar. Although I might be swapping this out for Beatrice at some point, but it's a cool flex button. Just 1 Zeus, because why not? Let's take a look at the side deck. The problem with the side deck I've had is that it doesn't do much for me. I haven't noticed it carries me, especially going second. So this side deck is so just a change. So playing a Pankratops, this really good monster, and 2 copies of Galarella, or however you call it, but a Kaiju. Just special over their monster, simple as that. Triple Joel and Lockbird. It shuts down any deck that needs to search a lot. Triple copies of Seravis, because sometimes they would make, if they have Draco back, for example, then they could bounce your Rexterm, or if they have talents, it prevents, you can negate with this, so it's good. Triple Twin Twisters, just help back against back row, and then 3D Barrier, just good card, you can search it off of Trap Trick. So that's it for the deck profile. Funny enough, it was a Winnabox today, and to be honest, I think I pulled better, because in my OTS packs I pulled an Ulti-Ray there, so I feel like I won. But yeah, you know, Dinomorphia, it's a neat deck. A lot of people don't know what it does, so oftentimes people don't know how to play against it. But it's a deck that's finally done well for me here, and it's still, there's a lot I could change about it. So that's all.